That was the Grateful Dead, of course. You're listening to The Greatest Story Ever Told. This is WAIF 88.3 FM. That was a Shakedown Street. The date, 12/31/89, New Year's Eve, Oakland Coliseum, Oakland, California. And we are having the end of our membership drive, and we depend on our listeners for financial support. For as little as $25 a year, you can become a member of WAIF-FM. Please call us, 513-749-1444, during The Greatest Story Ever Told, to pledge your support for your community radio station. Or you can find Ramblin' Rob on the internet. Just look him up on Facebook. His email, ramblinrob883@hotmail.com. So you also have the option, if you would like to become a gold or corporate member, it's tax deductible. If you're a business, you can become a member for $100, write that off, and support our radio station. We also have underwriting available for as little as $8 a mention. You can get your event, your yard sale, your business, what have you, on the air. So you can underwrite our station, get your name on the air, and get you famous real quick like. If you guys are, speaking of famous, if you are a local musician, you can contact Ramblin' Rob on Facebook. Let him know what you guys play. He'll listen to it, let you know if it's good enough to get on the air, and I might play you if I like you. So there you go. All right, we're going to get on with some more music, come back with a little bit of news here, let you know what's happening around town, get on with the other segment of our show I like to call Today in Dead History, let you know what shows you missed today. And we're going to have Evan Ray here in a little bit. Coming to you live in studio. So stick around. This one is from Bob Marley. This one is called Punky Reggae. All right, that was Bob Marley. That was Punky Reggae Party. All right, a little bit of party going on here. We're in studio with Evan Ray here in just a little bit. I'm going to play another song or two, let you guys know about what's going on around town and what you might have missed. So we're going to let you know what the news is here. The New Orleans Jazz Fest just announced all the artists, so you guys definitely want to check that one out. Some good artists in its lineup. We do have the announcement here of Further. They announced a 2013 Colorado winter run, so check them out online. Also, a winter tour is in order for Keller Williams. Everybody's announcing tours. Seems like that kind of year, I guess. Great American Taxi just announced a tour called the Snowball Tour. Also, dates were announced for a 2013 tour for the boss himself, Bruce Springsteen, if you guys like him. Papadocio announces another another tour, 2013 Future Forest Tour. So check them out online. I've seen them a couple times. Really like Papadocio. Also, Mo adds dates to their current tour, extending them through 2013. Check them out online. Also, more artists were announced for the Hurricane Sandy benefit concert, the 12-12-12 concert they're calling it. Some big names there. Also, I guess on this date in history, on the 6th of December, Altamont happened in 1969. And in case none of you guys are familiar with what Altamont is, it was the big festival that they put on. Going to make a movie out of it. Had the Rolling Stones and the Grateful Dead and a couple other bands that I forget. But, yeah, it was the unfortunate incident that kind of turned the Flower Children sour on the whole 60s thing. Max Hunter was having a good time, very intoxicated, very inebriated fellow. Was having a good time at the concert. The security for the show was Hell's Angels, but not a lot of San Francisco Hell's Angels. There was actually some guys down from the Oakland chapter, not familiar with the peace and love of the Frisco branch of the Hell's Angels, I guess, since they were good friends with the Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead recommended those guys for security, and unfortunately, Mr. Hunter got stabbed, so he later passed away. And this was all recorded live when the Rolling Stones were playing Sympathy for the Devil. So it was a horrible, horrible time. The Grateful Dead did write a song in response for that, since they seemed to be taking a lot of the blame for this unfortunate death. But they wrote a response, and that response was a song called New Speedway Boogie. So there you go, because Altamont was a speedway. So, all right, we're going to play one more tune here. Then, like I said, we're going to get on and back in studio with Evan Ray. He's going to be talking a little bit with us. And that was kind of the reason I was so unprepared. We were talking a little music in here, and I forgot to plug something in. So, it happens. But anyway, there's what was happening in the news. We're going to let you guys know what today in Dead History is when we get back in just a second. But first, I'm going to play a tune. I'm going to dedicate this one to our first festy friend, Sam. He passed away last year at this time, and one of the best guys you ever wanted to meet. So this one is for him. And this one is, of course, Rusted Root. He was a big fan of the band. That was Drum Trip. Going out to Sam there. Hope you enjoyed that from your perch way up high, my brother. Appreciate all your friendship. That was our first festy friend. He got the rare, I wish someone had a video camera type event, trying to watch me and my wife put up a $59 easy up in the rain, and it wouldn't stand up unless we held it. So every time we let it go, it fell down. And that went on for about 45 minutes. It was like some sort of comical routine. But yeah, he got the rare treat of actually witnessing that. God, I wish he would have taped it. But anyway, we are live in studio. You're listening to WAIF 88.3 FM. Got Evan Ray here.
Hello.
Hey, man, appreciate you stopping in to the greatest story ever told. He is a local musician, a lover of music. That was part of the reason why we had so many technical problems there in the beginning. Todd Rudgren's I don't want to work, I just want to play, bang on my drums all day. Apparently was...
Who does?
I don't know. It was coming from the other computer. But, yeah, so I was talking to him instead of plugging right wires in. But, yeah, we're live in studio. We're going to get to him in just a sec. We're going to let you guys know what happened today in Dead History. So I'll have to force Evan to sit through this here. And then we'll come back with a little interview. Got some questions for him. You guys can, if you want to, call in, pick his head for anything. But, yeah, hopefully he'll be able to upload this show here soon. But we're going to go through a quick run, what you might have missed today in Grateful Dead history. 1968, saw the boys playing the Quaker City Rock Fest at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. I was up at the Spectrum myself a couple years ago, saw the last show in the Spectrum. The Dead played up there on a Friday night, and Wrecking Crews came in Saturday morning to tear the old thing down. And they ended it well. They encored with Samson and Delilah.
Nice.
So that was nice, yeah. 71, saw the boys playing the Felt Forum up at the iconic Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York. Tickets, $3.50 to $5.50, and that included New Riders and Purple Sage, so pretty good deal there.
Changed, haven't they?
Yeah, you can see the Grateful Dead and New Riders of the Purple Sage for $3.50. Yeah, good deal. 1973, saw the boys playing Cleveland Convention Center, Cleveland. They tended to hit a lot of Ohio, kind of Midwest swing about this time on the winter leg of their tour. Say Cleveland, Columbus, played the Angora Club in 73.
Ohio.
Yeah. 1980, the Recreation Center in Mill Valley, California. It was just a nice little acoustic set, short set. Bob and Jerry played. 81, Rosemont Horizon, Rosemont, Illinois. 1989, Oakland Coliseum, Oakland, California. They played a set on that date with Clarence Clemens. He played sax, of course, on the entire second set, and that was also billed as the Earthquake Relief Fund. So they raised money for earthquake victims out in the West Coast, San Francisco especially. I think that was the time, but wasn't that the year the earthquake happened during the World Series? I'm pretty sure it was. 1992, Grateful Dead were playing at the Compton Terrace Amphitheater. That is in Chandler, Arizona, and that was the show that they did the last Here Comes Sunshine.
But why?
Yeah,
I love that song.
Yeah, it was always a nice sunny thing. But yeah, we're in the studio here with Evan Ray. He's going to join us here in a little bit playing some music. I got some live music live via the internet we're going to play for you from him. So we'll kind of roll right into the interview here, man, if you don't mind. I guess first, thanks for coming. Appreciate you coming up, taking the time to come in and play for us. So what's your musical background, really? I mean, what's your background?
I just remember waking up one day, and I could read, I could write, and I was bored, so I wanted to play music. So I started with the piano, and I took classical lessons with the piano for a long time as a child. And then one day that got boring, and I don't know, I picked up a guitar at around 12 or so. And it's been sweet love ever since.
Nice. So it kind of came to you naturally, huh? Just like walking.
It's been a lot of work, but
yeah.
I've devoted a lot of time to it, but it's the one thing that I enjoy wasting my time doing.
Yeah, you have to put in the time if you want to be good. That's one thing about music. You have to put in the time. I guess you're from around Cincinnati?
Yeah, I've been here my entire life.
Have you? Cool. You currently are just playing, I guess, let's see, you got an acoustic guitar there. You play anything else as far as instruments?
I can play piano. I can play bass, but it's just not my preference. I prefer to play acoustic, but I have an electric. I just don't play very much. It's collecting dust.
Gotcha.
I can play percussion and sing That's about it.
That's about it? Well, that's enough. It's more than I can do. More than I can do. But anyway, that's cool. You got any bands you're playing with or have played with in the past, going to look forward to playing to in the future?
I usually typically play alone when I'm playing a show, just because something about the whole solo thing. It's really hard to like find somebody on the same wavelength, like of where my music's coming from and the direction I'm taking it. Nor do I really know where it's going at any given point in time. But
it's hard for people to follow you if you don't know where you're going, right?
I love playing support for bands, though, and on the 14th at the Mad Frog, I'll be supporting UV Hippo.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think UV Hippo come to town every couple months or so, play up at the Mad Frog, I think.
It was bringing a lot of people, too. So
do they?
That's pretty exciting.
Well, I might have to go. Well, that's cool. Let's see. Also, I guess since you play solo acoustic a lot of places, it's probably way easier to get a gig, isn't it, by yourself versus a whole band?
Yeah, and also a lot of what I do I'm not really worried about a lot of stuff, like when it comes to compensation for playing a show, just because the exposure alone is profitable enough for me.
Right.
And secondly, I kind of need to do it. Like, it's just become one of those things in my life where, like, I need that release.
Right.
So, like, if someone's going to put a microphone in front of me and say, hey, sing a song, I'm going to sing a song. And it feels amazing to be able to do that. And if it's that easy, I'm just going to run with it. And it's like, it's $25 here. Cool. If it's nothing, even better, because then, you know, when you're going into it knowing what's going to come out of it, then you can really figure out what direction you're trying to take that.
Yeah, all steps in the giant staircase of success, right?
Sort of.
Well, that's cool. And, you know, hey, when you're playing by yourself, you get more money for yourself. You don't have to split it with the band and your manager,
usually,
et cetera, et cetera, and the sound guy and the light guy. And tip the bar and wait staff, et cetera, et cetera. So that's cool, man. I guess describe your music. My next question will be, describe your music in your own words as far as, you know, what you play.
It's, well, really, as easy as I can describe it is I play from the heart. Got a lot of bluegrass influence. Really like folk music. But at the same time, that stuff can get really, really tedious.
Right.
I guess is a good way to put that. Just because it becomes overwhelming and repetitive. So I try to keep it changed up, and I really like to play songs that people would never expect somebody to play solo acoustic.
Right.
You know?
Like Rick of the Edmund Fitzgerald? No, I'm just kidding.
You never know. And I like to mix things up with my own original music, too, so people aren't like, oh, he's just playing a bunch of covers, because, I mean...
Well, you have to play covers as a solo acoustic guy.
At 21, you know, I've only got X amount of material, and only X amount of material that I'm willing to share with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the other stuff is just, I don't know, it's either way too personal. It's like, when it comes down to it, it's like you're completely stripping yourself down naked every time you're playing a show. And it's your original music, because it's like, that's exactly what your heart felt. That's exactly what your mind put onto paper. You know, it's like, it all comes together in such a personal way that, like, sometimes that can be difficult to share. So, like, I really like to throw a lot of things in there to, like, really throw people off. Curveballs are my favorite thing to do.
There's nothing wrong with a curveball. It keeps people interested, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, really. They don't want to hear the same thing, you know, just slow ballad after slow ballad after slow ballad.
Although those are definitely my favorite songs, because, like, if you can really bond to the song when you're playing it, it almost sounds like it's your own, even if it's not. And, like, that really instills a sense of empathy in people, because if that's a song that they love, you just made their day. And that's the whole reason that I play music.
Well, there you go.
You know? To
make people's day, that's a good thing. Well, hopefully that'll lead to further success down the road, man. I'm sure it will.
Saved my life, so I think that it should save everybody's life. You know, it's a very, very, very simple and easy medicine.
Yeah, and it's almost universal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I always tell people when you talk about rock and roll great bands and this, that, and the other, and everybody mentions their favorite band and this, that, and the other. But I always try to mention the Beatles because I think almost anywhere on the face of the planet you could put a Beatles song in, and even if people don't understand English, they're going to probably know the song.
Exactly.
In some way, shape, or form. They're going to probably know that Beatles
exactly.
theme. It's just universal. They're just they may not be the greatest band of all time, but man, there's no one who covers the planet better than the Beatles.
They definitely left the biggest footprint on society.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, and George Harrison just said, he's not a great guitarist as far as when you're talking about crazy. Yeah, I mean he's when you think about how many tunes he's played on that and can sing yourself. I mean, he's the greatest guitarist ever. He's played on a lot of tunes. But let's see, we're going to describe your music. We checked that off our proverbial list. I guess since we're on that same vein here, kind of describe musically some of your influences where, both musically, I guess, and lyrically, where you're coming from.
Without a doubt, Jerry Garcia made me want to play guitar.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Jerry Garcia, Eric Clapton, Keller Williams is really the one who made me realize you don't have to play an electric guitar through a crazy loud amp. I was probably about 14 or 15.
Right.
And the first time I saw Keller Williams, and it really, I don't know, the whole amount of energy that I was putting into all these things with amps and electric guitars and cables, it didn't matter anymore. And it's like, well, why do I need all of that when I can just pick up this piece of wood that doesn't even plug into anything and do the same thing, but in a completely different regard? And that's when I really picked up an acoustic and ran with it. Because for a long time I was picking up my Stratocaster, just raging on it,
wailing on it,
hoping I'd go somewhere, But then I realized that wasn't what I was trying to do at all.
Right. That's a good thing, man. You got to do your own thing.
But really, it's bluegrass that keeps me going. Like if I'm going to listen to something that's meant to touch me in my heart and like really inspire me, as well as one of the easiest ways for me to communicate with a lot of my friends is through bluegrass.
So what are some of your favorite bluegrass bands right now you're listening to?
I really like Keller and the Keels. I love Peter Rowan.
Oh, yeah. He's old school.
Yeah. I love Del McCurry.
Right. He's even older school.
Just stuff like that,
Rumpke Mountain Boys, probably.
Oh, yeah. Rumpke Mountain Boys, I spent a lot of my Tuesdays with them.
Oh, yeah.
At Stanley's.
Yeah, I was just there last Tuesday. Always good. Started out with that. They sound check with a killer Fire on the Mountain. It was nice.
Oh, yeah. And I love Yonder Mountain String Band just because they're such an innovative group as a string group. It's not just bluegrass.
And they've got the awards to prove it.
I mean, it's not often you're going to hear a bluegrass band play the Talking Heads.
Right, yeah. Valid point. Unless it's the Rumpkes. So as far as some of the musical influence, what about lyrically? Who do you listen to, and try to get some lyrical influences?
Robert Hunter is
good old Bob's good. Probably the greatest lyricist ever. I'll just say. I
kind of have to get his name out of the way,
right?
Just because Robert Hunter definitely made an impact on me as a child.
Yeah, I was just thinking this year. I mean, I like the Grateful Dead musically as a band playing, but I don't think they would have appealed to so many people if it wasn't for Robert Hunter's lyrics. Really,
I mean,
there's poetry. That's all it is.
The Grateful Dead would have just remained what they were without the words. The Grateful Dead would have been Cream Puff War.
Right. Yeah.
Forever.
Viola Lee Blues.
Forever.
Right.
Without Robert Hunter.
Yeah, hard telling where they would have been.
But at the same time, what I don't think a lot of people realize is John Perry Barlow wrote some amazing lyrics for the Grateful Dead, and he does not nearly get enough credit.
No, he doesn't.
Black Throated Wind, for example, is a beautiful song.
I like that.
The structure of the lyrics is by far you can note it out from all the material that they've been playing at the time.
Yeah, I like Black Throated Wind. Nothing like a good 74-ish Black Throated Wind. Wasn't a big fan when Bobby changed the lyrics in 78 for about a year, but that's all right. He went back to the old way, but anyway.
can't remember the lyrics to the own songs he's been playing for.
Oh God, yeah, that's one of the things that you can tell. The quality of live music varies. Each and every time that Grateful Dead played, and sometimes you remember those lyrics.
Time anybody plays, really.
Yeah, sometimes you remember the lyrics. Sometimes you just mumble your way through them. But even if you played the same song over and over and over, yeah, I think Bob Weir had a good. I was watching him about 3 months ago, and he had the best description when he was talking about playing music and all these songs that he remembers. And he said that each song that he plays, he's not watching the audience. He's running an auditory hallucination in his brain when he's playing these songs.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Explains the short shorts.
Yeah, he was something else in the short shorts. So I guess my next question, we kind of covered the music territory here. Anybody else besides Bob Hunter?
Oh man, I read a lot of poetry, just not even musical lyric, but I really like the Rumi. I like all sorts of stuff, really. Bukowski. I read all sorts of literature.
There you go.
But basically, my number one influence lyrically, outside of music, would just be people watching. And all the things you're not allowed to say to people. Like that's an incredible inspiration, like that I don't think a lot of people really consider very often. But if you have feelings that you can't really say to somebody's eyes, when they walk away, instantly you know exactly what you had to say to them.
Right.
And sometimes that comes out in a beautiful way. Sometimes it comes out in a very ugly way. But you can make that beautiful too if you really want to.
Valid point, yeah, true.
It's all about, observing, really.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's one of my favorite things to do, people watch.
And, lyrically, that's pretty much where most of my original music comes from.
Cool. You got any stuff that people, maybe some of our listeners could check out online? You have anything where someone could pop on the internet, check you out?
I have a Facebook page which you can easily find under Evan Ray, which
Gotcha.
has all of my gigs and news and photos and set lists and stuff.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. All sorts of stuff, really.
Excellent. You got anything on YouTube? Any videos or anything?
Yeah, my channel is under Evan Ray Luce II on YouTube.
Hold on just a second. Cool. Yeah, I was going to say, I think we're going to play a tune off YouTube here from you here in just a minute. Some stuff that I liked. I wanted to share with my listeners. So what are your future plans as far as music goes? You plan on playing anywhere up and coming in the immediate future?
On December the 10th, I can be heard through Buckeye Music Magazine Radio's website.
Yeah, one of my friends on Facebook like those guys.
I will be doing a Live in the Living Room session with Chubby and Jimmy. And
nice.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's about
that's
Columbus?
On December 10th, 8 through 10, and I think it broadcasts out of Middletown.
Middletown, gotcha.
Dayton area.
Gotcha. So
on
definitely
the 14th,
listen to that.
I'm supporting UV Hippo at the Mad Frog. At that same venue, I'm also playing on the 28th for a Grasshopper Juice Records party.
Cool.
And on the 25th of January, I will be at the Pike Street Lounge at Covington.
Nice, nice. And you can probably find all these on Ramblin' Rob's Facebook page. He'll post them up for you. Let you guys know where Evan's playing. So, upcoming gigs, that's good. Always good to stay busy. Always good to stay busy. So I guess in conclusion here, you got any shout-outs? Anything you'd like to talk about at the conclusion here before we get on to playing a little music?
Well, I'd just like to say that my city, Cincinnati, has been incredibly supportive. Just because there really isn't... There isn't a lot of wiggle room when it comes to being an acoustic artist in the city.
Right.
There's not a lot of places you can go. And a lot of the places that you can go are incredibly saturated.
Yeah.
And I don't say that with any offense. It's
Bob
just,
Cushing already plays
it's
there.
It's crowded. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if you really need to get your attention as a musician and, get your message out there, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do if there's 35 people trying to sign up on an open mic.
Right,
you know
right.
What I mean, it's very pressured,
competitive.
very rushed. So, I'm very, very grateful for this city and for the support that I found here.
Sweet.
And also, I'd like to tell my sister Rosie a happy birthday.
Oh, there you go. Happy birthday, Rosie.
I don't know if she's listening. Maybe she is.
Hopefully.
But,
Hopefully.
There's a lot of really exciting things coming up So I'm incredibly happy.
Well, maybe we'll here in a couple months we'll have you back on.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll have you back on. You can update us on what's been going on, have some music recorded for us, stuff like that. Well, I want to thank you again for stopping in. Anything else you want to let everybody know about?
Other than
last
thanks,
chance.
Other than thanks.
Your 15 minutes are ticking, man.
15 minutes
I'm
are
just
ticking.
All right, so we're going to play a little bit of music here from Evan. When we get back after the song, maybe I can twist his proverbial rubber arm into breaking out the guitar here and playing some live stuff for you. So we're going to play, this is from November 30th of this year. This is a tail end of a Sugaree that he was playing. Over, where was this one at, recorded at?
The Pike Street Lounge.
Pike Street, gotcha.
There's
Pike
nice
Street
Althea
Lounge.
that comes in tail with that, too.
Yeah, and we're going to play the tail end of that and roll into Althea. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is Evan Ray on WAIF 88.3 FM.
Just one thing I ask of you. Your friends are getting lost at sea. Loose with the truth, it's your fight. Honey, I hope you don't get burned. When the smoke has cleared, she said, that's what she said to me. Go on back to let your hand and a little self. There are things you can't replace, none as you can have. Time has gone the way that things, the space is getting high. I know the space is getting high. That's so unfair. I'm romancing. Honey, I wanna be I feel so bad. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm trying to catch you. Can't talk to you without talking to me. Guilty of the same old thing. Talking a lot, less and less. Getting the love that we bring.
Pause for a battery change.
Marijuana plant is a hemp plant, and it's used for many other things than just smoking.
An acre of hemp produces 4 times as much paper as an acre of trees.
Every denomination, every color, every religion.
Genesis 1:12, I have given you all the seed-bearing plants and herbs to use.
What did you go to weed college?
All right, we're back in studio here at WAIF FM 88.3 worldwide, www.waif88.3.org. All right, I'd like to shout out to all the internet listeners. We are in the middle of our membership drive, so if you like The Greatest Story Ever Told or any other programs you hear on what I like to call the Swiss Army knife of radio here at WAIF, just go ahead and give old Ramblin' Rob a call here at the station. Find him on Facebook. He'll set you up with everything you need to have to become a member at the $25 level. Our gold patron tax-deductible membership is available. So contact me if you've got a business who can help underwrite. And speaking of that, if you would like to underwrite our show for as little as $8, you can get your business, band, concert, yard sale, bake sale, kids performance, you name it. you can underwrite my show for as little as $8. Just contact me on Facebook, Ramblin' Rob. I'll send you all the stuff you need to know. So we're going to get on down the road here with a little music. Evan Ray is still in studio with us. I'm going to play a tune here, let him tune up, and then we're going to come back with him playing some songs for your listening enjoyment. So I'm going to be playing a blast from the past for you guys here. This one is from, I believe, the fall of 1988. This one is probably my favorite Indiana band, a band called the Spurtles. Been seeing those guys for quite literally decades. A couple of my buddies are in there. A big shout out to Russ and Ricky, Keith. And wanted to get this on. Okay, this one is, like I say, this one's for Russ, Rick, Keith, Joe. You guys have fun here at the Vogue. So this is a Spurtles, playing a little good lovin' for you.
What's it be?